San Francisco. You're watching the 49ers Report. Greatly appreciate everybody for watching today's show. Hope you're all having a great day. A loaded 49ers Report on the docket for today, and it's all presented by Vincero Collective. Exceptionally crafted, affordable, stylish watches, and you get 20% off and free shipping if you head to vincerocollective.com/chat. These watches are awesome. I wear them all the time, like the one that I'm wearing right here. It'll add to your wardrobe. You can look good, sophisticated, but also rock some chill gear with these watches as well. We'll put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. So the 49ers making a couple of signings. We'll get to those here in just a couple of minutes down the road. First, though, a stacked injury report. The entire 49ers starting defensive line did not practice in West Virginia today as they get prepared to take on the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday. And a really big game for this team to make it 3 consecutive dubs. Samson Ebukam did not practice. He has Achilles soreness. So too does Aaron Banks. Kyle Shanahan saying both of them have that soreness from playing on the turf in Carolina. Jimmie Ward broke his hand. First play back on special teams. Should he have been playing on special teams? Maybe not, but it will be evaluated in 10 days. There is a chance that he will be able to play with the club, so keep an eye out for that. Nick Bosa could play against the Falcons because of that groin injury. He did not practice today, but of course, things may be moving in a good direction there for Bosa. I would personally have him sit out this game. I think you can survive with the win, have him back against the Kansas City Chiefs so that he can hunt against Patrick Mahomes. Arik Armstead will not go on IR. Robbie Gould not practicing because of that knee contusion. Ty Davis-Price, some good news on this injury report. Did practice for the first time in a couple of weeks. And the Niners probably suffering from a lot of these injuries because of the fraudulent turf field on Sunday against the Panthers. Hashtag ban turf fields. Put it in the comments section if you're with me. So because the Niners suffering a lot of injuries along that defensive front, the starting defensive line could be, if those aforementioned players do not play, Charles Omenihu, who has 2 sacks, put a lot of quarterback pressures. Guy has been awesome, and he's really earning himself a lot of money. He's been playing a lot of defensive tackle, but of course he's a little bit of a hybrid there. Could slide out to the edge. Kevin Givens has been great. Probably going to start at defensive tackle. Hassan Ridgeway, more of a backup, could get the start. And then Kerry Hyder Jr. He leaves the Niners, doesn't have a lot of success. Comes back to the Niners, has a lot of success. Chris Kocurek, what up? He's bringing the best out of Kerry Hyder. There's also some interesting things going down with this Niners betting line. The line has fluctuated and changed a little bit. Early in the week, they were 6-point favorites. Now that's gone down to 5, probably because the odds makers looking at San Francisco very beat up with these injuries, so that's why it's gone down about a point according to some sports books, and the over-under set at 44.5. Before we continue to keep it moving the chains like Jeff Wilson has been all throughout this year on the show, who you got on Sunday? Because the Niners a little bit hit with those injuries. SF for San Francisco, ATL for the Falcons. I'm still going SF for the Niners. By the way, if you're going to the game, the Falcons have red seats, and it was evident that there were so many red shirts and jerseys. The faithful showed out in Charlotte last weekend, but if you're going to this game, the red will blend in with the seats, so wear white. It's been a movement that I've seen on social media. Let me know who you're taking in this game down in the comment section. To some of those Niner signings here and some roster moves that we have to get to. I'm intrigued by this. So San Francisco signing defensive tackle T.Y. McGill to the practice squad. He played for the Minnesota Vikings during the preseason last year, spent some time with the Philadelphia Eagles, and against San Francisco, if you remember, you go back and watch that game, he was causing a lot of problems against this Niners offensive line. He had 6 pressures, 1.5 sacks, his pass rush grade, elite at 91.3, and his rush defense grade, also very good. Now, he's been a little bit of a journeyman throughout his NFL career, but if you get him with Chris Kocurek, who develops defensive linemen better than anybody out there, this guy could be a nice little player and chip down the road. During the preseason, he certainly displayed a lot of ability. 7 tackles, 4 solo tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and 3.5 sacks. And I sent out a tweet the other day that straight up blew up and entered the Twitter jet stream, if you will, about Chris Kocurek. I just wanted to let people know that this dude is special. If D'Amico Ryans gets a head coaching job, he might be next in line to become the defensive coordinator if DeMeco goes to a place like the Carolina Panthers, where USA Today named him the #1 candidate to take over for Matt Rule next year. But this is yet another Chris Kocurek project in T.Y. McGill. And it seems as though every single defensive lineman that Kocurek is able to coach ends up having some type of impact for this team, whether it be as a starter on the edge, defensive tackle, or as a backup. It really is crazy. This guy, a special coaching talent and a great hire by Kyle Shanahan a couple of years ago as he started his career in the Bay Area in 2019. So if you love this defensive line, even the backups are really fun to watch. I mean, Drake Jackson, I'm excited to watch him. Maybe he gets the start over a guy like Kerry Hyder. Maybe you play Charles Omenihu at defensive tackle, going back to that defensive line little, starting four that we showed you a little bit earlier. If you love this D-line, man, hit that thumbs up icon and like the video, because this defensive line, led by Chris Kocurek and DeMeco Ryans, has been a special unit up to this point. All right, faithful, help me out here. So the response to our recent videos has been absolutely fantastic. And really, since I took over the Niners Report all the way back in April of 2021, the response has been tremendous. I took over 30,000 subscribers. Now we're approaching 65,000. Subs alone this week, starting on Monday, 587. If you want to stay in the know with all things Niners, lock us in. Hit that red subscribe button down below. I want to try to get to 1,000 total subscribers by the end of the week. In part, we'll be able to get to 65,000 subs. Informative, entertaining, daily analysis on your San Francisco 49ers. Lock us in and hit that red sub button. Other roster moves that we have to get to before we tell you about Vincero Collective. Tevin Coleman, he was activated to the 53-man roster, officially signed there after he played awesome football against Carolina on Sunday. He had that 9-yard touchdown pass. He had that really good back shoulder fade, and then had another had that touchdown run as well, Look, Kyle Shanahan, any back that gets on this roster, they end up performing well and producing. Tevin Coleman, the latest example. Maybe he just likes playing with the Niners. He was solid when not injured a couple of years ago. Marlon Mack was let go, but he's been brought back to the practice squad. The corresponding roster move here, released Benkert, and then the 49ers signed Sam Sloman, who we'll tell you more about coming up just around the corner. And, of course, T.Y. McGill added to the practice squad as well. As I mentioned off the top of the show, Niners Report, presented by Vincero Collective, 20% off and free shipping if you utilize that link at the bottom of your screen, which is in the comment section and the description. It's vincerocollective.com/chat. I'm a big watch guy because I think it works if you're wearing a suit like I was over the weekend at my buddy's wedding. Shout out to Jake and Kimberly. Or if you're just hanging out at work like I'm doing right now. Support for today's episode comes from Vincero, and if you aren't familiar with them, they make exceptionally crafted, stylish watches, all at affordable prices. Other premium handcrafted watches have insane markups. You can finally own a high-quality and lasting timepiece without going broke. Look like a baller without spending like one with Vincero Collective, and the best part is, the viewers of the show are getting hooked up to save even more with the biggest discount they have to offer. The eye-catching and modern designs can go with any outfit or trend. Perfect for a day in the office or a date night out. One more time, it's vincerocollective.com/chat. You get 20% off and free shipping by using that link down below. This timepiece is awesome. You've seen me rock a gray one. This has kind of that leather band with a little gold trim here. So fresh. And I'm just walking with some drip as I stroll through the Chat Sports offices. Let's now pivot to Sam Sloman. So the kicker has been signed to the practice squad because Robbie Gould's status for Sunday's game is unknown. Didn't practice on Wednesday in West Virginia because of that knee contusion, as we talked about a little bit earlier. And if Robbie Gould is not able to play on Sunday, the move here, Sam Sloman will be activated to the active roster, and he will be the place kicker against the Atlanta Falcons. Background on him, went to Miami of Ohio. He was a 7th-round pick of the Los Angeles Rams in 2020. In 2020, after not making the roster, had stops in Tennessee, as well as with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hasn't really kicked a lot throughout his NFL career since entering the league back a couple of years ago. 10 of 13, that's good for 76.9% on PAT opportunities. 23 of 26. And this is a little bit hairy, folks, because Robbie Gould, for a long time, has been one of the more clutch and best field goal kickers in the NFL. Kyle Shanahan was asked about those special team struggles today, and he said, look, we just have to tighten up the lanes. That's why we've seen 2 of those field goals blocked. But when he actually is able to get the kickoff, Robbie Gould is awesome. And these kicker struggles can really cost you games. So for him, you got to come in, Sammy boy. You got to put the ball in between the uprights. You might have to enter the game in a pressure-packed situation, but it's up to you if you want to continue your NFL career to display your ability for the other 31 teams in the National Football League if you want to have a job in the Big Boy League. Want to round out the show with this. It is time, officially, to show some love to Jeff Wilson. This guy has been really good this year, and when healthy with the San Francisco 49ers, he's also been really good. Now, last year, wasn't quite the same player coming off that knee injury that he actually suffered in the Niners locker room, but this year, he's been balling out, and he's had this opportunity because Ty Davis-Price went down, Elijah Mitchell went down, and because of that, he's been getting a lot of carries. And with that, taking advantage of it. 8th in the NFL in total rushing yards among running backs. He is 4th in explosive runs. What that means is runs of 20-plus yards. He has a couple of them, including back-to-back games in which he has gone on these long scampers to set up putting points on the board for San Francisco. Jeff Wilson, shout out to you, man. We had to show you some love here on the show because you've been running really, really well with authority, displaying some speed, and he deserves props for that in this Niners backfield. Run, Jeff, run! Show him some love in the comment section by typing JW, his initials, because he certainly deserves it. Appreciate all of you for watching the show. Get yourself a timepiece from Vincero Collective. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time here on the Niners Report.